Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. It's Carol Baskin from Big Cat Rescue. I'm passing by Vacation Rotation, where Kimba Tiger is currently on vacation. And today is the day that Beecher, the Savanna cat, goes home from his vacation. And I apologize. There are a lot of texts going back and forth this morning about Des the serval and Kali the tiger. In the case of Des the serval, Jamie was sitting here catching some video for the vet team. He's got so much stuff going on. He's a three-legged serval for those who don't know him, and he's always had trouble getting around, but he's been on Medicam for the pain, and we've had to take him off the Medicam because it was just destroying his old kidneys, which time was destroying them as well. But now it's looking painful again, so he's got to be put back on the Medicam, which we've already started. And this is Victor coming by on the Bobcat because a tree came down yesterday and is blocking meadow view. So he's going to go cut that out of the way. I swear there's always something that you're not expecting. And then Kali the tiger has been not as excited to eat, and that's really unusual for Kali. She loves to eat. She turns 23 in the next couple of days, but she still had a really good appetite through all of her arthritis and everything that she's dealing with. And now she's got a toenail that is curving that we're going to have to clip soon. And so again, Jamie and Dr. Justin have been texting back and forth about when they're going to do that, because it's not critical at this point yet. It's not curving into the pad, but it's not far from it. And she's about to leave for Mongolia to study Pallas cats in the wild with Dr. Jim Sanderson. And I think she's going to be gone for like 2 weeks doing that. And so what we have to decide is, do we need to do it before she goes or after she gets back? Aria Tiger. Are you hoping Kimba comes home so you can see him better? I don't know if they're moving Kimba Tiger today. I've kind of lost track. It used to be cats in Funcation, the small cats, had 2 weeks, and cats on Vacation Rotation, the big cats, had a month. And then I think at some point that may have changed to where like everybody gets a month, but I'm not sure. There's Simba Tiger in the den, staying dry. Not the tigers care. And the Bobcat babies went out yesterday. It wasn't supposed to be as rainy as it was. It wasn't supposed to be rainy today at all. And here it is. It doesn't even show on the radar, which is weird because it's been raining all morning and not on the radar. But it must be like really thin clouds full of rain. And I'm glad to have the rain. But anyway, the kittens went out in it yesterday, and they were separated at first. One of them apparently couldn't find the other two, but once they all three found each other, then they were happy and playing and having a wonderful time in it. They have discovered the camera. If you guys watch our posts, let me think here. Jamie's got to look at Beecher's cage to make sure that it's ready for him. If you watch our posts, you will have seen the Bobcat kitten report how they were climbing up all over the cameras, which was fun for them anyway. How's his cage look? Yay! They did a nice job. Got all the sticks off the top and cleared out a lot of the understory. He's bad about eating all of his grass, which is fine if he eats grass, but if he gets a lot of palmettos, he can get stopped up. So they've trimmed all of that up. And that's the way the process works. When a cat is coming back from vacation, Jamie or I go around the outside of the cage, make sure everything is as it should be, that all the doors are shut and locked, so that we can safely move the cat back to their enclosure. This is the 22,000 square foot Funcation. You guys can watch on the camera there, waving to anybody who might be watching currently. So the best time to move the cats is usually at feeding time, which is always in the morning. Get them used to coming into their feeding areas so that it doesn't seem scary. and then we just go in there with a squeeze cage to catch them up and move them to wherever they need to go. A lot of the cats have tunnels where we can just walk them through the tunnels. I think Caracal, is next to go in Funcation, and she will just go via a tunnel, so it would be even less stressful for her. But Beecher lives across the street, and there are no tunnels leading there. Pippa, our smallest cages for a cat the size of Beecher. Beecher is a house cat. The smallest cages we have for those guys are 1,200 square feet for a single cat. And we are relocating our cats to Turpentine Creek, where the smallest cage for our small cats there will be 2,000 square feet. I don't know about you guys, but my house is not even 2,000 square feet. So me and my husband and our two cats, we all live in probably about 1,800 square feet. And here, the cats have 1,200 and we'll have 2,000. So it's a lot more space than you might think. He's right now eating away in his squeeze cage, or in his lockout. And the reason that these cats are in cages to begin with is they were born in cages, and so it's not legal to release them. The only cats who can be legally released to the wild are those that were born in the wild. Good morning. Good job catching him. Looks like he's really stressed out.
Very stressed.
Not.
Whole breakfast. That's how stressed.
I don't know if you could hear, but he ate his entire breakfast in there locked up. So you can see they've got the door down for him to be in his little feeding area. And then that will enable them to safely open the doors over there and carry the squeeze cage in to get him. Rachel asks, has Beecher become more feral now since being given up to the cat rescue? I think the owner would say he was pretty feral before. That's why she got rid of him. When the lady brought him here, she was just covered in scars from this cat just beating the snot out of her. And he was even worse to the people who had not bottle raised him. She had bottle raised him since he was 7 weeks old. And that was her reward for trying to raise him to be a house cat. She tried for 5 years to make a pet out of him. She even built, I think, a $10,000 or $15,000 indoor-outdoor catio for him so that he could express his wild nature, and that did not help at all. Meow. What do you think, Beecher? People get these hybrid cats because breeders tell them that it's going to be like a domestic cat if you raise it in your family, and that it's going to love you and it's going to eat cat food and use a litter box. What you end up with is a really wild cat that sprays urine all over your house. They can be trained to use a litter box, and a lot of times even wild bobcats that we bring in, when we have to have them in the hospital for a long time, they have a litter box and they'll use it. But they all want to mark their territory to let other cats know, this is my space, don't come anywhere near here. And so they are built for peeing all day long, and that's what they do in your house, in your yard. And if you've ever smelled tomcat pee, exotic cats, male or female, have that same stinky pee. It just, oh man, it's horrible. And so very quickly people figure out they don't want that in their house. They don't want their neighbors smelling them 6 doors down. It's just not cool. And then they end up being dumped. Cassie says the video has no sound on YouTube for Funcation. Really? I'm kind of surprised about that. Has it always been that way? Oh, this will be exciting. You want to check that out? So, oh yes, I will check that out. It's got blankets. Mm-hmm. Your cats ever do that? Keep their back feet out just in case they decide they want to change their mind about the door they're going through. Well, there's no doubt about them being beautiful. And that has been their undoing. If they weren't so beautiful, people wouldn't try to make pets out of them. But it's like marrying a beautiful woman who's an absolute witch. There's just so much you can tolerate. Beecher? Mad?
He does not like to go inside.
Inside? Why is he going inside?
He thinks
Oh.
he goes inside, he turns into a demon.
I really like these new covers. I just stress so much about people tripping on sheets. I have never seen it happen that somebody carrying the squeeze cage has actually tripped and fallen down, but it just worries the devil out of me. I shouldn't say that because Jamie and I have been talking about how after 30 years we think we've seen everything and then we see something we've never seen before.
I've fallen with a squeeze cage before.
Really?
Backwards with a bear cat.
Say that again.
I've fallen carrying the squeeze cages before. We were going backwards around my camp and I tripped over something. And I had a bear cat out.
I can't, I mean, he had to be like 40 pounds and the cage is like 60. I can't believe he came away from that without a broken bone and that I never heard about it.
That's why I have a bad back now.
That's one of the many reasons. You were just standing here chatting and standing in your way. Good morning. So they got his place all fixed up for him. Can't wait to see how excited he's going to be to go home and check out all his stuff. That is a huge poison ivy bush. Jesus. I hate that stuff. This seems to be like the only place on the property that it grows is right back here between Bailey and Funcation. Used to be out in our old bobcat rehab area. Well, it's still out there, but at least now our bobcats aren't there and we don't have to go there.
I became the gatekeeper.
With a whole different meaning behind gatekeeper. It is an amazing crew. Here it is. 81 degrees already this morning. The air is so wet, it's hard to breathe. But they have already fed all the cats, started cleaning, and now are doing the extra jobs of moving cats. So is Funcation once every 2 weeks or once every month now? And is it always on the same schedule as vacation rotation?
Vacation doesn't have a schedule anymore.
And who did that? Kimba did that. Okay.
It was his whole feeding issue.
Oh, yeah.
Really good though.
But he is going to have to get locked up.
Yes.
So what they're saying, in case you can't hear them, is we're doing tours for some of our big donors over $500. We don't have the infrastructure to do regular tours anymore because we don't have any tour guides. We only have Jenny and my husband and sometimes me. And Howard and I have other work we really need to do other than giving tours. But when they give tours, Kimba won't eat, or he'll run when he sees people coming. And so they have let him stay out there in vacation rotation, because out there he's got 2.5 acres between him and everybody else, which makes him happy. Get into position so we can see him come running out of his cage or whatever he's going to do. And spiders. What's a morning without spiders?
He's ready. Here we go. Yay.
You're not inside. Yay.
Hi, come here.
See, this is a short trip.
Yay. All done.
It's like, is that it?
There we go. All done. I'll leave the maintenance last minute. Do big things.
Emma found a stick on the roof that fell overnight, so she's getting that off. Check it out, man. Look at what they did. They made your house so nice. This kind of shows how the cages are built. So if I scroll way out, you can see they're very tall, and they have these rounded walls, and then they're joined by tunnels. So now he's got this whole big area over here. Oh dear, and now it's raining. Well, thank you everybody who came to see Beecher coming home from vacation, or Funcation. Jamie has one of those Coolaroo hammocks at her house for their dog Diesel. Yeah, so I'm gonna go get in the den, man. It's raining. Stupid people are just standing around in the rain. You can see there's another tunnel over there that he's gonna go through to another cage where he knows he has a den. You see the den there in the background that he's headed for. Jamie's dog has one of those hammocks, and it kind of cracked me up to be sitting on her porch having coffee the other morning and to see the dog on the hammock, because around here all the hammocks are for cats. I never think of them being for dogs, but that's actually who their market is. I was telling her they need to make little tiny cat sizes because her domestic cat loves it. I think most cats would love it because it lets them get all that air under their bellies, and yet it's soft. All right. Great job, ladies. Thank you.